For decades, the United States government has denied, deflected, and dismissed reports of unidentified flying objects. But what if everything they told us was just the beginning? What if the truth has been hidden in classified vaults, buried beneath layers of national security? In recent years, whistleblowers have come forward with shocking claims. Congressional hearings have exposed secret programs. And in 2026, a new president has ordered the release of long-buried files. So what do they really know? And why don't they want us to find out? It started with a revelation in 2017. The New York Times exposed the existence of AATIP, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. This was a Pentagon-run UFO research program that operated from 2007 to 2012, funded with $22 million in taxpayer money. But here's what's disturbing. The program was classified, unacknowledged. For years, the Pentagon denied its very existence. The program wasn't just tracking UFOs. According to documents and insider accounts, AATIP investigated reports of craft with extraordinary capabilities. Objects that could hover without visible propulsion, accelerate at speeds that would kill any human pilot, and vanish instantaneously. Former program head Luis Elizondo would later resign in protest, claiming the government was taking the threat seriously but refusing to be transparent with the American public. But AATIP was just the tip of the iceberg. July 26, 2023, a date that would change the UFO debate forever. David Grusch, a former U.S. Air Force intelligence officer, stepped forward under oath. He had served on the UAP task force. He had top-level security clearance, and he was ready to blow the whistle on what he called a multi-decade UAP crash retrieval program. Under oath before Congress, Grusch made explosive claims. The U.S. government has been recovering crashed, unidentified aircraft for decades. Not just one or two, multiple craft. And here's where it gets even more controversial. He claimed the government has recovered non-human biologics from these crash sites. When asked under oath if he believed these craft were extraterrestrial in origin, Grusch said yes. He testified that he had interviewed over 40 witnesses with direct knowledge of these programs. Military personnel, intelligence officials, people with top-secret clearances who saw things they couldn't explain. But here's what's crucial. Grusch said he was denied access to these programs. When he tried to investigate through official channels, he was shut down, told it was too sensitive, too classified, even for someone with his level of clearance. The government's response? Denial without evidence. They claim no such program exists. But Grusch's testimony was corroborated by other witnesses who came forward. So what exactly might the government be concealing? First, crash retrieval sites. Whistleblowers have pointed to locations across the United States where recovered craft are allegedly stored. Some say these facilities exist in remote areas, hidden beneath mountains, accessible only to those with the highest levels of clearance. Second, reverse engineering programs. Since the late 1980s, claims have persisted about secret facilities where engineers attempt to understand and replicate technology from recovered craft. Bob Lazar, who came forward in 1989, claimed he worked at such a facility near Area 51, studying propulsion systems unlike anything in conventional physics. Third, non-human entities. This is the most controversial claim. Multiple whistleblowers now suggest that not just craft, but biological entities have been recovered. Dead, possibly from crash sites. The term non-human biologics has entered the official congressional record. Fourth, the cover-up itself. Perhaps most damning is the evidence of deliberate disinformation. Recently declassified information shows the Pentagon planted fake UFO stories during the Cold War to distract from secret weapons testing. They used alien rumors as camouflage. But what if that cover story became a convenient way to hide something real? Military witnesses have described encounters that defy explanation. Objects that withstood missile strikes. Craft that hovered over Air Force bases, watching. Pilots who chased objects that outmaneuvered our most advanced fighters with apparent ease. Fast forward to 2026. The pressure for transparency has reached a breaking point. In February 2026, President Trump ordered the Pentagon and federal agencies to begin releasing classified UFO files. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed the Pentagon is working to comply with the directive. But here's the problem. Lawmakers who have received classified briefings say they're still not getting the full picture. In 2025, members of Congress accused the Pentagon of continued lack of transparency. They've been frustrated, blocked from accessing the very information they're authorized to see. The UAP Disclosure Act of 2024 was supposed to force transparency. It gave the government authority to declassify UFO records. But implementation has been slow. Resistance within the intelligence community remains strong. Why? The official answer: national security. Unidentified objects in our airspace represent a potential threat. Their capabilities, if understood by adversaries, could compromise defensive strategies. But critics ask, since when does the existence of unknown phenomena become a state secret? Since when does the American public not have the right to know about objects that routinely penetrate our most secure airspace? So what do they really know? The evidence suggests the government has tracked far more UFO encounters than they've admitted. They've recovered materials they cannot explain. They've investigated possibilities ranging from foreign adversaries to something beyond our understanding. What do they want to tell us? That's the question worth billions of dollars, worth careers, worth the credibility of institutions. If these craft are foreign, belonging to China, Russia, or another nation, that's a military threat the public deserves to know about. If there's something else, something not of this earth, that changes everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe. Or perhaps the truth is more mundane, that after decades of investigation, they simply don't know what these objects are. And admitting that uncertainty is uncomfortable for those in power. What we do know, the silence is breaking. Whistleblowers are risking everything to speak out. Congress is demanding answers. And the American people are no longer willing to accept denial as an answer. The question isn't whether we're alone in the universe. The question is, how much longer can the truth stay hidden?